Would you like to see these gorgeous views? Then come with me to the Isle of Arran for one of the most spectacular walks the island has to offer. I caught the early ferry from Troon. The walk today begins from the ferry terminal at Brodick, where I head over fields and through woods towards the Clochland Hills. Having headed south out of Brodick, I followed the signposts to Strathwillan and kept walking until I reached this signpost and gate. I headed up this field, following a faint track. Never forget to look behind you. There's always a view. So the peak that you see just there is what my son and I climbed last week, which is Ben Nevis. You've got Keivor just in the centre there, and then of course you've got Goatfell, the prominent peak, which you can see as you sail in, but you can also see from the mainland as well on a clear day. Absolutely beautiful. Onward we go. So we had rain earlier on. It's still quite early, but the sun is definitely coming out now, and you can see the steam coming from the ground as the earth warms. Good view of Dunfeon. We'll be heading up there in a short while. Just need to go along to North and South Corrigills, and then I think we head through the woods. So this is us in North Corrigills. The walk has a lot of these little signs for the Arran Coastal Way, which we are partly following. We take a left here and we are heading down to South Corrigills. That little speck that you can see over on the Firth of Clyde is the MV Alfred, which I sailed over on less than an hour ago, and that's it away back to Troon. You can just about hear the slight rumbling of the engine. So we're at the end of the track. Oh, nice carvings here. Wow. Very skilled work. And I believe that is our path. Excellent. Let's go. What a great path. I'm loving this so far. You can see Dunfeon straight ahead, so we've still got a little bit to climb, but you can see the height that we've just gained there. Look at that. Wow. Let's keep going. But you can see the path's really well maintained. I think it could be quite a popular walk as well, because you can do this immediately from getting off the ferry. You don't need transport for this walk, and it's a circular route too. Gosh, I just keep saying look back, look behind you when you walk, and that's exactly why. Wow, what a day. Oh my gosh, how cool is this? Yep, Julia Fletcher, I definitely share the love with you. Now look at that. Wow. And this is why I love Arran. So I'm just about to leave this view for a little while anyway, because I'm hoping over the brow of this little hill we get another view. Oh wow. Oh wow. And that's the Holy Isle. So I have actually been up here before. By my expression you probably think I haven't, but it just takes my breath away every time I come over here. I just love Arran's beauty so much. It is stunning. Every walk I do, I'm just in awe of what Arran has to offer. But as I said, I previously came over here to do this walk, but I started off in Lamlash and walked up, and then I think I went back that way, and Dunfion is behind us just up this little track. So this tells us about the Iron Age hill fort, which overlooked both Brodick and Lamlash bays 2,500 years ago. Situated in this advantaged position, it probably served as a secure home for an extended family at a time when intertribal conflict and attack were a constant threat. What a view it had. There would have been a small oval fort, just a little bigger than a hut circle, surrounded with a sizable 5-foot thick earth stone wall. This is where the fort would have stood. Obviously Brodick in that direction. And south is that direction, Lamlash and the Holy Isle, and Whiting Bay beyond that. So I think we'll head up and take in the views from the top. A lot of bracken and fern. Need to check for ticks after this. I've got long trousers on, so it's not too bad. It's getting taller. Yay. So I've left Dunfion behind, and I'm following the track to lead me to the highest point on the Clockland Hills, which is 259 metres. We're not quite at the top, but I thought I'd stop and take this opportunity to tell you about Lamlash Bay and the no-take zone. It's the first of its kind in Scotland and the first community-led marine reserve, which means that no fish or shellfish can be taken from the water, seabed or the shore area. It was established in 2008 and covers 2.67 kilometres. Since the no-take zone was established, researchers have found that the size, fertility and abundance of commercial species such as lobsters and scallops is significantly better. Coming up to another signpost. I've not actually been on this path before, but I'm loving it. Just look at that. Wow. I just love this time of year when all the wild foxgloves just tend to frame everything better. Look at this for a path. You've got Brodick and looking north on one side, and Holy Isle and looking south on the other. You can clearly see Brodick Bay now, and then obviously the Goatfell range just behind that. Beautiful. So downhill slightly now, and then we go back uphill to get to the top. And I'm hoping there's a trig up there, it would be nice. Onward we go. So I'm going through bracken and fern, and this is really tall, and there's a lot of it too. I think I should do more tick checks when I'm out of here. Oh gosh, there's so much. Wow, I'm at the top, and it doesn't look like there's a trig, but there's the cairn, which looks lovely, and a bench. Wow. Count how many times I say wow in this video, guys. Let me know in the comments. Just beautiful. Nice. And this is Linda's seat. Those we love don't go away. They walk beside us every day. I'll have a seat at Linda's seat and admire these views for a while. I'll add a little contribution to the cairn. There we go. And off we go this way. I've just really enjoyed this walk. This has to be one of my most favourite walks on Arran. I know I've said that before. Glen Rosa is really up there as my number one, but I would say this is my second. You've just got views on each side, pretty much the whole way. I'd like to see this in winter, actually. I think it would be really nice. Come back and do it again in winter time for sure. The heather's all about to come out into bloom as well. It's looking lovely. Maybe come back and do it again when the heather's in bloom. That would be good. I think the amount of heather on this walk has sold it to me to come back and do it when the heather is out in full bloom. I don't know when it blooms actually, you can let me know. You can see the quarry over there, which is on one of the walks I did a couple of weeks ago, called the Ferry Glen and Glencloy walk, which was a circular walk from Brodick as well. If you don't have a car, you can do that from leaving the ferry terminal, and it's about 5 miles back to Brodick, and you bypass that quarry over there. Oh boy, looks familiar. So as you can see, I'm on a much wider track now. This track leads me down to the main road. I cross over the main road and rejoin another path which takes me into Brodick. It's through the trees, so you don't really have the views to Goatfell, but it's still really nice. Back in Brodick, I stop at this memorial and pay tribute to Arran Brodick Bar, originally from Perth, Australia, where his life was cruelly taken far too soon at the young age of 16. The plaque from Arran's dad says his son had always expressed a strong desire to visit the place after which he was named, and he promised his son that he would one day make such a visit possible. Hi everyone, just want to thank you for joining me on my walk today. It was a super walk, thoroughly enjoyed it. Probably my second most favourite walk on the Isle of Arran, second to Glen Rosa. I will definitely be doing this walk again in the near future. When the heather's in bloom, I'm sure it'll be absolutely stunning. But for now, that's my ferry in and it's time for me to head home. I'll see you again soon. Take care, bye bye.